Efia Serwah Barning. How would I define myself as an artist? I feel like every day I'm defining that question. Every day I am witnessing what being an artist means for me. And one of the main things is the fluidity of identity. The fact that today I could be painting, the next day I could be collaging, the other days I could just be reading or researching. And for me, it's that multifaceted nature that I feel defines my artistry, or at least to me defines what art is. And it's something that I think a lot about in my own practice. I'm always looking at fragments, I'm always looking at multiplicities in identity, especially when it comes to Black femininity. So as an artist, I'm a lot of things. I'm everything. I'm nothing at all. I originally started painting. It was something that I was always attracted to. It was something that I enjoyed, just the act of creating an image based maybe off an image I took or an image I saw online that I felt connected to. But moving through my practice, I started to discover that, okay, even when I'm trying to paint something, I'm trying to project what I think it looks like. I'm not really ever able to capture the true essence of it. And with that, I think I started to get attracted to archival material, because something about the archive is that it's always present, and it's something that you can always, you can pick interpretations from. And you can see a picture and you can claim that this is what it looks like, but someone else who was in the background of the image has another angle of that image. And so it's that mirror of unseen and being seen that I really enjoy when it comes to collaging and when it comes to dealing with archival imagery. And yeah, it's just been a journey exploring the like the points that they meet, the points that they separate, and it's something that I'm very excited to show to everybody. I always start from an idea or a feeling or a thought that I'm trying to convey. It's a feeling of not being the usual, of not fitting into a mold, and trying to express what that is, trying to express what it's like to have multiple fragments that make up your universe or make up your story. And from there, I start to look for imagery. I love to search through archives, online archives, places like Archive Africa, Saman Archive, Sihene, for Africans. There's so many rich resources on what our gaze looks like, what the Black gaze looks like, how we see each other. And from there, I start to think about, okay, this is how someone plotted a picture, this is how someone plotted a composition, but what goes beyond this imagery? What is the personal life of this person in the image? And I make no claims that I know like who this person loved, who this person thought about, who they wanted to be. But with collaging, with the act of putting different pieces together, I feel like I look into the possibility of what could be and what has been. And so my process always starts from a thought. I try as much as possible to share uncomfortable truths. I feel like I try my best to share truths that we as a society, or as like, when we think about the morality police in Africa, when we think about respectability politics, all basically consequences of colonialism, imports of colonialism, I try to pursue like what freedom looks like. And I try to do that from a place of like not assuming as well. And so I feel like I want to give my subjects, or at least the creations that I make, room to connect to other people's like innermost versions of themselves and what they believe. in terms of their values, in terms of their lives. I like to say it's an open canvas until it's not. I want to know what people think about. I want to know what people feel that they're not necessarily able to share. And so those are the areas where, or at least the values that I try to keep in line with my work. I have been very interested in fluidity. And so with this group exhibition, I'm really excited to express fluidity of self, fluidity of being, especially when it comes to Black womanhood. These collage works are part of a new series I've been developing, the process of which is mostly gathering a lot of archive imagery from men and kind of transplanting and changing over the poses, the subjects, the limbs, the bodies into images of women. And I just feel like the main reason I am doing it is just to show kind of poke fun at how all these labels are labels that we've deemed necessary, but we can do away with them if we choose to. The themes I'm looking forward to exploring in this group exhibition is fluidity of self. I feel like now more than ever we need to understand that fluidity, non-conformity is actually a part of us. It's a part of our heritage, it's a part of our cultures, our spirituality. We like to think, especially I feel like as a society, as Africans, that we have a very fixed view on how things should be or how things should progress. And I feel like we lose touch with some of our histories in that way. We're unwilling to accept the diversity that can occur or can be present when we just accept each other, when we accept what we represent. And so I'm showcasing new collage works where I'm working with the silhouettes of men. I'm exploring fluidity. I'm using the male silhouette and transposing female limbs, female body parts, women onto the silhouettes and creating new imagery. And with this, I just want to kind of showcase how a lot of these labels of men, women, they're fluid. We created them so we would have a way to speak to what is going on around us. Even when I think about our spiritual practices, when I think about our history, we have always been a fluid people. We've always been a diverse and layered society. And I think that now more than ever we need to concern ourselves with that and learn how to make space for that and hold space for that.